Welcome back to my Industries. I'm Dark as No Tomato, and this is Anti-Mabini.
Okay.
Isn't that cool and edgy?
Is that something from something?
Well, I mean, there's the whole Dark Samus thing that we were talking about. But also, it just kind of reminded me of how YouTubers, like Darkiplier and Antiseptic.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And how really cool it is.
It is kind of lame when...
No.
But at the same time, I'm like, because Markiplier did like a heap of that with with Darkiplier.
I think they've both stopped it because they know it's kind of stupid.
I think Markiplier did a Valentine's Day choose your own adventure thing, and I played all of it. I went through all of the videos. He did it like in 2016 or 17.
Is that the one where he I remember there was one where
you're going to a movie, and then that's how it starts. You go into the movie.
I don't really watch.
And it's like, do you want to watch the scary movie or do you want to watch the romantic movie or whatever? That was what it started with.
I don't watch them very much, but no, I do remember there was one where you can end up in a jail cell and he tries to dig his way out, and you can be like either that stupid or keep digging, and he just sits there for like an hour digging into concrete. He doesn't get anywhere. I do remember that and liking that quite a bit. But yeah, I remember that just a lot of people would make fan art and stuff of the anti versions, and I have kind of thought it would be funny to make a anti version of Tomato. But the thing is, I try and make myself very self-aware. Maybe they'd be friends instead of him being evil or something like that.
Was this area orange before? Orange and warm?
Nope.
No?
It's always been purple.
Maybe there's another place with another guy that's like that. Then.
There is only one moth like this. There's only one moth in the game, technically, except for one other that I
Maybe it was the mask. Was there a mask? Maybe I'm just blind and colorblind.
Maybe you haven't been paying attention to the entire game. You ever thought about that?
Yeah. Anyway,
so yeah, anti-versions of us. Your anti-version would be white. White Mabini.
White and blue eyes.
He would have no beanie? Would that be the antithesis?
That sounds terrible.
Yeah. I have thought, but yeah, the thing is that in cartoons, it's not uncommon for there to be an anti-version.
No, it'll be like albino beanie. That's what it'll be.
Albini?
Albini.
I like that.
But it's no fur. It's just a pale skin, like Gollum. Sort of thing, really a Gollum version.
It's just nasty.
It's scary.
Yeah, the thing about cartoon characters is that a lot of them do have an anti-version, which is why I wouldn't mind having Tomato have one, but again, I'd try and do my own thing with it and make it fun. Some of the animations I've written for Tomato kind of make fun of or point out cartoon stereotypes, and I kind of do my own twist on them and stuff.
I sort of did that in Damn Legacy with Shadow Blade and Blazer Razor and Super Razor and stuff like that. That didn't really explore very too much. Probably the one I explored the most was Shadow Blade, just because going back to the original idea of what I was trying to do with that story.
Don't get me wrong. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, doing the Shadow versions and the anti versions was super fucking badass, and there was literally nothing cooler. Yeah. But now I'm a little bit more self-aware. I think.
Now I'm like, if I made a truly evil version of that character, they would be completely unlike that character, because they would be none of the good parts. They would be all of the bad parts. So it would just be everything they do would just be the opposite of what they would otherwise have done. Rather than save the world, it'd be destroying the world. It'd be the not even helping the bad guys, but not helping anyone.
I kind of see it as in terms of writing, it's just a cheap way of making a foil. Just literally what if it was the same character but backwards? They just stand for everything that's the opposite. I don't know. It's just it's just lazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I think the only way I can...
You don't have to really write it, you just have to think...
You literally don't, you just think what's the opposite. And that's why if I was to do it, the only way I could do it would be to make fun of it in some way. Whereas, I don't mean to harp on Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. I have literally no beef with them whatsoever. No. Although that reminds me of another thing I do want to talk about. I want to talk about game theory again. I'm on my game theory shit again. But I do say that the antiseptic eye. I don't know about that, but the Darkiplier thing for sure was treated rather seriously, which is interesting because if I look at what he does now, again, I don't really watch anything that Darkiplier does, but he doesn't come across as I feel like he'd have too much self-awareness to do something like that now. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
No.
No,
Didn't Matt Pat make a whole theory about Markiplier's like overarching plan and things like that?
Did he really?
Yeah. It was like
I was going to say something nice about Matt Pat before, but no, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, okay. Should I get on my Matt Pat shit?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's my thing. Also, I see this is kind of a big moment. So look, I'm gonna strengthen my nail to its final form. Okay.
The final countdown.
So he bing bang bongs it.
Ooh.
And he goes, "It's done. The forging is done. Your nail is much stronger than it used to be, as strong as it could ever be. If only your weapon,
In only your weapon have I seen such potential. Finally, I behold the majesty of a pure nail.
Think this moment has come upon me so soon. I must step outside for a moment." And so he literally goes outside. And this is actually one of the decisions I want you to make.
Okay.
There he is. With a pure nail forged, my work in this lifetime comes to an end. My only remaining desire is to see and feel the nails strike true. I beg you, cut me down as my final moment in life. I want to taste the blade's exquisite edge. After all this time, all this toil, haven't I earned it? So, do you want me to kill him or not?
Yeah.
Kill him?
Yep.
There he goes.
Does he have a ghost?
Nope. But you do find his dead body in the trash pit later.
Oh.
So
That's what he wanted?
Yeah, if you don't kill him, you find him later somewhere else and says, "I found a new lease on life. Thanks for not killing me."
Oh.
But it's alright. I've got the achievement for both of them on this on my Switch. So that's all that matters. I finally figured out my true feelings on game theory and Matt Pat, because I think I've been a little ambiguous over time. I sound constantly like I'm changing opinions on it, I think.
But now you're very certain on your strong
I am.
hatred.
I'm very no. So okay, this is what I think of him, right? And the best way I can compare it is to Oni Plays, which I don't know if you know. But Chris O'Neill and everyone in Oni Plays, they watched the Nostalgia Critic and Channel Awesome.
Yeah.
Semi-ironically, but semi-genuinely.
Okay.
Right? Like, they legitimately respect them and admire them, and they watch their content because they enjoy it. Yeah. But there's also a level of kind of making fun of them and being like, this is kind of stupid, and what were they thinking? And, like, this is kind of cringe, you know? But they enjoy that cringe. Yeah. That's how I feel about game theory and Matt Pat, if that makes sense. So I like game theory to an extent. There are some videos that I watch and I'm going, yeah, they put effort into this. This is good. But then there are times where I'm like, this is just cringe and stupid. But I can't. But I find enjoyment, a genuine enjoyment. I respect Matt Pat, I do. But at the same time, I can't take him seriously. Like, I enjoy his content for the wrong reason, you could say.
Yeah.
And I think that's my how I feel about him. Like, I do legitimately respect him. I think the videos can be good, and they certainly fit some niches. But at the same time, like, I have too much self-awareness, and I just look at it and I go.
The last few years, I feel like he's just been doing the same theory over and over again.
I can't. There's so many things I can't get over. Like that. There was that episode that he literally made a theory about a box in a game, and I'm just like, why did you do that? Oh god.
I think the big problem when you get that big is that
what the fuck?
you have to make a video that's like how you feel, and you got especially when you get that big, you got employees and stuff like that. We have to make a video.
Okay, well why'd I teal that? That sucks. By the way, this is the White Palace. This place is holy. This is where the king is.
Oh.
Yeah. This place is being sealed off to the dream world, so I needed to upgrade my nail just to get up here. The White Palace. But I'm gonna want.
What?
I don't have deep focus. Damn.
Can you go back and get it?
Nah, I'll just use high blood instead. This might slow the process down a little bit, but that's fine. What was I talking about? Yeah, Matt Pat, yeah. Just some of his videos, I just look at the title alone and I just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I think about my reaction to, I don't know, that hasn't come out yet, has it? To food theory?
Yeah, I gotta post your reaction, because that was so genuine and I loved it so much.
Yeah, we did there was a thing where,
like at the start of the year, I do this thing called Mab and Tom, where we just sit and talk about stuff.
Yeah.
And I showed Liam the food theory because he didn't believe me. And I'm like, have a look, and
I was like, there is no way on God's green earth would such a horrific thing exist.
Yeah.
And sure enough, food theory is a real live channel that I still cannot believe exists. It's just like I can't. But yeah, my genuine reaction to it is something that needs to be seen. I think to be believed.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that's my opinion on Matt Pat. I do admire him, but I also think he's funny in the wrong way.
Yeah.
I would love to meet him. I'd love to shake his hand. That's my number one thing. I think I talk about it with YouTubers all the time.
Yeah.
Like I would love to shake their hand.
Yeah.
You know? That's Matt Pat for you. But I also kind of wanted to talk about, you briefly mentioned them, Game Grumps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so there's two things I wanted to talk to you about. Number one, did you hear they opened up a Patreon?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
I just I'm happy that that's what they want to do. And they said that they've got a membership thing on YouTube, and I'm like, yep, sure. That's fine.
Okay. You don't feel that, like, perhaps it's a bit
money grabby?
For considering they've been doing so well up until this point, and now they suddenly have to rely on Patreon? I mean, look, that sounds really salty.
It's probably just that they've got fans that are so dedicated, they're like, I want to donate to them.
No, I think it's because, like, their company is too big.
Yeah.
I think that they're just at the stage where, like, they just keep expanding, and now they're maybe running out of money or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say for sure, obviously, but that would be my theory.
It's probably just, well, I don't know how they run their business and what they think.
But it's just weird to me,
like,
that after all these years, all of a sudden, these, you know, a relatively huge YouTuber suddenly needs a Patreon. It's like, oh, okay.
It's like, does PewDiePie have one? I don't think he does.
No.
It's like if PewDiePie made a Patreon. It's like, what the fuck do you need a Patreon for?
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm where I'm at. And look, I don't know what it's actually like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I don't actually know, like, what their money situation's like, obviously. But I just can't help but be like, you're fucking Game Grumps, you know? You shouldn't need a Patreon. Like, I think I need a Patreon, right? No one subscribes to my Patreon, but I need it way more than you do.
Yeah.
You know? You know, that's salty, for sure. But I just can't help thinking that way. But, like, you're Game Grumps.
Yeah.
You sell merchandise. You have 4 million subscribers. You have, you know, all these super successful series, and you're all well known. You really need a Patreon?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I'm speaking from a place of ignorance. Again, I don't know for sure. I don't. But it just kind of irks me in a weird way. I don't know. I have more Game Grumps drama to talk about, but next time...
Next time on Patreon.
Yes. Next time will be a Patreon exclusive episode, so please subscribe to my Patreon, not Beanie's, because he doesn't have one.